You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, the 1st of May, 2025. It is 42 days after the spring equinox. It is 50 days before the summer solstice. Today is May Day. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 12th day of Floréal, the day of the Saint-Foin, or the Sainfoin, a legume. The sun rises today at 5:54 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:53 p.m. The sun sets today at 7:52 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:22 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 8:59 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 19 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 21% full at midday. The first quarter will arrive on Sunday, the 4th of May. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 1:32 a.m., 1 meter 86. In the morning, low tide, 7:51 a.m., 0 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 2:10 p.m., 1 meter 49. In the evening, low tide, 7:57 p.m., 18 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the horseshoe crabs should begin making their reappearance along our sandy beaches. In May and June, they emerge at high tide to mate and lay eggs. The eggs will hatch between 2 to 4 weeks after being deposited above the high tide line. Commemorations. On this day in 1851, the Crystal Palace in London's Hyde Park was opened by Queen Victoria. It was home to the great exhibition of the works of industry of all nations, the very first World's Fair. In addition to most of the European states, nations in the Americas also exhibited. China, Egypt, and Persia sent contributions as well. The building itself was unprecedented, being made entirely of cast iron and glass. Designed by Joseph Paxton, the Crystal Palace was 1,851 feet long. The Great Exhibition is a symbol of the optimistic belief of the time that industrial and technological progress was leading to a better future. Speaking of hopes of progress, on this day in 1931, the Empire State Building was dedicated in New York City. And remembering an instance of industrial decline, on this day in 1971, Amtrak took over the operation of what remained of the United States passenger rail service. On this day in 2003, George W. Bush gave his mission accomplished speech on board the USS Abraham Lincoln. He declared that major combat operations in Iraq had ended. Unfortunately, the second of President Bush's so-called forever wars dragged on for many, many years, and Iraq remains a fractured and weakened state. Finally, today is May Day. In Northern Europe, this is an ancient celebration of the beginning of summer, observed with the erection of maypoles, dancing, and the lighting of bonfires at night. In more recent times, May Day is celebrated in many countries as International Workers' Day, or Labor Day. The date corresponds to the anniversary of the beginning of a general strike in the United States in 1886, in which workers were demanding the establishment of an 8-hour workday. That strike was violently suppressed, and the American Federation of Labor established an annual remembrance. Due to May Day's associations with communism, however, it ceased being honored in the United States. Nevertheless, we honor workers on this International Day of Solidarity. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 1st of May, 2025.